It all started when I arrived home one evening, only to find a fire hydrant in front of my house completely blocked by a vehicle. At first, I assumed it was just an accident, a misplaced car, or something temporary. But when I took a closer look, I saw the same SUV parked there every single day, seemingly without consequence. And to make matters worse, it was being ignored by the HOA. This was the last straw for me. I had already dealt with their ridiculous rules and interference, but this was something different. Blocking a fire hydrant was a serious safety hazard. What if there was an emergency and the fire department couldn't access the hydrant in time? The idea of that happening, especially in a neighborhood filled with families and children, was enough to make my blood boil. I reached out to the HOA, but of course, they gave me the usual runaround. They claimed they were working on it, but nothing ever happened. Days turned into weeks, and the SUV remained parked in front of the hydrant, making it completely inaccessible. That's when I decided to take matters into my own hands. I contacted a local water service company and arranged for a massive 5,000-gallon tanker truck to come to my property. I didn't even give the HOA a heads up. If they weren't going to take the situation seriously, I sure as hell was. When the tanker arrived, I made sure the driver parked it directly in front of the blocked hydrant. The sight of the massive truck with a bright red water tanker label and the sound of the engine roaring to life was enough to catch everyone's attention. I took a few photos just in case they decided to try and cover it up later. I waited there, watching as the HOA Karen, who had been ignoring all calls, came out of her house. Her eyes went wide when she saw the tanker. "What is this?" she demanded, storming over to me. I calmly explained that the fire hydrant was blocked, and if there was ever an emergency, the fire department wouldn't be able to access it. So, I said with a grin, I've taken it upon myself to ensure that there's always a water source nearby. She tried to argue, but it was clear the situation was out of her control now. After a few tense moments, she slinked back inside her house, realizing she had no more leverage. The HOA board couldn't ignore the fact that I had turned up with a 5,000-gallon tanker to prove my point. That day, the SUV was finally moved, and the hydrant was clear once again. It was a bold move, but it worked. Not only did it remind the HOA and Karen that they couldn't control everything, but it also sent a message to the entire neighborhood that some things were non-negotiable, especially safety.